There it is. All
Heck
right.
yeah.
Where you are back, ladies and gentlemen. This is episode 4 of When in Doubt, Throttle Out. This is your wonderful host, RTR Buford TJ, with my sidekick, I guess,
Bam 690.
RTR Bam. And then we have the esteemed panel of G Hazy and
Hello.
Panda.
Hello.
Red Panda. Not just any
Whatever.
Nice.
panda.
Nice,
He's
dude.
he's the panda. There
Don't.
is no other pandas in the world. It's just him.
Thank you, Buford.
So what's been going on, guys?
Well, same old. We got Manufacturers Cup rolling. That's been pretty intense. The last race with rain, I hate it. I don't like driving in the rain. I
Was
really
it
don't.
rough?
You did
But
well.
I managed actually pretty well. So the first lap, I was in the middle of the field. The first lap was it was pretty bunched up, but we finally got everybody spread out and rolling, and I was able to make some good positions before the pit stop. I was actually in fourth place before the pit. I was probably ninth at the lowest, just between people shuffling back and forth on the first and second laps, especially in the middle sector. And then the rain wasn't really that bad. I mean, with the amount of cars that we had on track, they kept a fairly decent, uh, not exactly full wet line. You know what I mean? Like 2/3 up on the scale. Uh,
Yeah.
so there was still plenty of grip, and I was, you know, the rubber to the road.
What'd you finish, man?
So I started seventh. I finished second.
Well, that's a good run. That's a really
But
good run.
I was within what a quarter second of the leader.
Okay.
So he ended
Wow.
up. So I was 10 seconds behind him after the pit, and I pit at the end of 12, and so I was 10 seconds behind him. I was like, oh, okay, no big deal, just bring it home. And slowly but surely, the guys in front of me started falling away. They must have put on mediums. I put on softs, and I was just running them down. And so then before I know it, I'm like 7 seconds behind the leader with like 5 to go. And then a couple laps later, he ended up wrecking and trimmed that lead down to 3 seconds. And then he just kept making just small mistakes, and it brought me up to his bumper. I had the fastest lap when I crossed the line, but I'm assuming somebody else that finished after me took that because I didn't get that start.
Sounds like if you had one more lap, you probably would have got him.
I think so. It was
Yeah, that's
I
what it
was
sounds
on
like.
him. So the thing with the softs also is I was in the straightaways. I was merging over into the water, just trying to keep them cooled down so I didn't burn them off.
Yeah.
So it seemed to work out really well. And
Huh.
yeah, one more lap, buddy. I'd have had it. But yeah,
So
Yeah.
I had a great race.
can I ask, like, are you watching Super GT? Because you're in the Ferrari, right? The
Yep.
296. That's what you
Yep.
chose. And it can be kind of a dicey car, right, to drive, especially with like tire wear. At least from what I was seeing, it's
Yep.
really fast. I love it. Um, Super GT did not do as well second time and struggled a lot in the first race. And eventually got first in the third session. But
Gotcha.
like, what tips? Like, what are you doing to control it? You just seem really composed in that car.
So one thing that I noticed real quick was its ability to turn in. The turnout is leaves a little bit to desired. The rear end is really good, but the front end is even better. So I've been just trying to modulate that throttle, that twist out of the turn, the rotation, and just try and keep as much speed through there as I can. The brakes are awesome. It's got some giddy up to it, but it doesn't have the speed of some others. But that's really what I've just been trying to do is utilize its strengths. It's got all kinds of grip and it brakes like a demon. It's so good.
What do
It's
you think
unbelievable.
you're maybe doing versus others in the car that just aren't seeing the success? Like, lots of spin outs or like you said, on the throttle and then boom, it snaps
Uh,
on you.
so uh, during my first few laps that I did drive it, warming up for Dragon Trail, that was one of my biggest problems was just too much throttle input. And something that I noticed, I was basically trying to get away with it was a snap of 100% throttle, like a sharp transition from like rounding the turn with moderate throttle and then just a quick snap of the throttle basically, and then backing back off of it. I notice when I do that, it really upset the chassis. So more or less rolling into it, uh, and not sharp transitions.
Keeping,
Introducing it to the
you
throttle
know,
kind of thing.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I like
keeping
it.
keeping those tires planted.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. That the sharp transitions just didn't do it any good. Like I said, the front end is so good that, and the rear end just leaves that little bit to be desired. Uh, just that little snap stuff with sharp
Yeah.
throttle transitions.
And
Yeah.
Panda, what did you finish?
Yeah, so I was oh geez, 6. I
Six.
got to
That's a
think
good
back in
race.
the memory banks. Oh my gosh, that was yesterday. Um yeah, in the McLaren, and it didn't I had a bit of a issue where I spun out. I got on the rain, or the wet part of the track, and the racing mediums, and yeah, just did a full spin around. I mean, it's amazing how quickly that can happen on you. But no, I mean, I'm really happy with it. There's a little bit of bumping, stuff that will happen out there. I mean, I was fourth before that spin out, so, and I was probably gonna hopefully keep that place. But 250 points, I think it's good. So, and I like that
Yeah, that's
McLaren,
good.
but yeah, oh,
That's
thank you.
good.
Yeah, but very different than the Ferrari. I think the Ferrari's definitely got more headroom for most people. The McLaren, it just feels like you have to just drive the wheels off of it
You
to
really do.
get it.
When I that's how I was able to do the 200 lapper. Is that car doesn't really have the best top end. It's got great mid range, and it definitely sticks to the road
Yeah,
on dry surface. But
yeah,
yeah, it's not
great
the
on
most
tires.
powerful car, so you really do have to drive the wheels off it.
Yeah, but I love it. I mean, I just
It's a good
can't
car.
say I know it. Yeah, yeah, it really is all around. But I think the 296, if you can master that, I mean, yeah, look, you're gonna come back 5 places. You also have to be
Yeah.
bam, but yeah.
Now, do we think
And
that
what,
that's
yeah.
possibly the meta car since it's the newest one that's been released?
Uh,
I don't think of the 296 as a meta car. It's very good. Like it just doesn't have the speed. I think.
I I think it's maybe the meta car for the top drivers, some of them, but they're gonna make almost anything work. I really
Yeah.
think the meta car is the Beamer and
What about the
the
Porsche?
Supra. Yeah, the Porsche. Yeah, no, I actually you're right.
Porsche is
That's
usually pretty solid
probably
too,
up
right?
there. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd give it to those three, but I think the MRs can be kind of tough for most like GT2, GT3 people out there. But Buford,
That's
how'd you do? Yeah.
that's exactly what I wanted to do with the picking the 296 was be an MR.
Yeah, exactly.
So I chose Porsche. I don't drive it very often, so it was going to be a new challenge, a new experience for me. I am currently loving the car, love the brakes, love the way it turns in, the way it exits out of the corners. Um, it's not too slidey on the rear end. Um, I've gotten to learn how to really throttle control coming out of the turns and stuff like that. Worked really hard to try and master it as much as I can. My first race, uh, 2 weeks ago, or this past Wednesday, I got six, which is pretty good for myself. And then this past Saturday, yesterday, I got third, which is podium, and I could not be happier.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
amazing.
So,
And
qualified sixth. Didn't I mean I had a decent qualifying lap. Wasn't great. Wrecked on my next one, pushing too hard. But I kind of feel like I was comfortable in the rain. I didn't panic. I wasn't pushing too hard. Just ran the same line over and over and over. And then I got a little nervous when that dry line was about the width of the car. And I was on softs, and I was like, oh, one slight
oh,
mistake, and I'm going around. But
ooh,
no,
softs.
yep.
Interesting. Okay. Okay. That was a gamble.
What
So
lap did you pit?
unfortunately, I screwed it up. I was trying to pit at the end of 12, but my intermediates, because I started on intermediates, um, when we had that little pocket where there was no rain and the
Yeah.
intermediates really kicked in, I pushed hard to catch back up or catch up to fourth. And I was able to pass them, but I burned them so quickly that I started to fall back off when the rain came back. So it was, I pitted at the end of 11. I pitted one lap earlier. So I really had to maintain those softs. And between myself in third, and then the guy that was behind me in fourth, I blocked a lot and defended a lot on that last lap because he was right on me with better tires, everything. So one more lap, he would have probably passed me. I had a very small sliver left on my right front. It was pretty much dead.
That's
So
impressive.
I was happy with it. Me and him never wrecked each other. We never had any contact whatsoever. We were both very clean. So, we both thanked each other for a great race, and it was a blast. It really was.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. Great job. I mean,
So,
and you got the win in practice. I've heard you
yeah,
gloating about that one.
of course,
You
it's the
beat
only
me
time.
in
It's literally the first time I've ever beat the real Panda.
I feel
So,
shame. Yeah, no, I
yeah.
feel a lot of shame. Yeah, I'm still thinking about it.
And
But
unfortunately, it was by 12 seconds. Like, that's terrible.
Oof.
Yeah.
there was some shenanigans going on.
I don't
Okay,
want
I'm just
to. I don't
gonna.
want to hear it. You spun out 3 different times
Well,
on your
yeah, I
own.
completely wore him out and then went into pits again. Yeah, I found out the sauce didn't work for me. No, hey, well done. I'll
Appreciate
give
it.
you the win.
Appreciate it. Hazy, how'd you do? Did you run it?
I didn't get to race. I did get to practice, but I didn't get to race. I had to take care of some personal things.
Not
So
a problem.
I won't make Wednesday's race obviously because of work, because life. But Saturday I can't wait for that one because that's going to be the Nurburgring.
Speaking of
So
which,
Oh shoot.
I heard a little bit of rumblings going on of possibly doing something with the Nuremberg ring.
yeah, and yeah. So I was actually watching YouTube. I was watching Rory run, and the reason why I started thinking about even doing the 400 lap race again or attempt again was because I was watching him do the power pack. He was doing the 24-hour at at the ring, and I noticed he finished 10th. I think he was running the double chili pepper. He was running on the hardest settings, and as I'm watching him, it just got me thinking, man, I'd really like to get redemption. And Memorial Day is coming around here in the next couple months, so
Oh,
it seems like whenever I do my runs, it's either Memorial Day or things. So I would like to make another attempt at doing 400 laps in one sitting at Nürburgring. Um,
oh,
very possible for that weekend for Memorial Day, and that would be Friday the 22nd of 2026. Of what is that, May? So
all right. Yeah,
Tune in.
You all heard it here first. Breaking news.
I'm excited.
yeah,
Yeah,
I really want redemption, man. I'm not one to take failure lightly. Like I'm okay with it. Like I understand that it helps you grow in the process, but I'd still like to get it back.
I believe in you.
definitely. We all do,
So
bud.
thank you.
We all do. We'll all be in your corner like usual, making fun
Yeah,
of how big your beanie is and everything like
yeah,
last time.
yeah. I'll make sure to have foods and fluids with me this time. But I will be like working out and stuff beforehand, getting my body in shape. But during the time of the drive, I'll be snacking, so just to stay, energized.
Yeah,
You're also gonna need to share an emergency contact for us so we can,
there you go.
Yeah,
just in
yeah.
case.
Good
I'll
call.
shoot you my address in case I keel over live on TV. Yeah. Yep, we got one down. We'll have
Hey,
to call the EMS, man.
So what else has been going on with everybody? What's going on in the racing world?
Oh, geez. It's been pretty light. Start with the F1 front. Some liveries have come out. Red Bull and their sister um, Visa, Cash App, V Carb. Um, who else? Was it Williams? might be someone else who's come out, but nah, we're still waiting on what the 2026 cars are going to even look like, and it's kind of that weird time right now. So I'm excited. We'll see. We should see more. I think every week here, we'll see more liveries come out. I forget when the actual testing where we see the cars is, but it's not going to be pretty soon, I don't
I
think.
do have a question for you on
Barcelona.
F1.
Yeah.
Hey, is Max Verstappen still going to be in F1? Is he completely making the jump over to GT3 or
Uh,
GR3?
as far as we know, he's still definitely F1. I think
Okay,
he kind of does play with the idea of, doing whatever he wants. I don't know. I don't know how much I believe it. I don't know the guy, but I think he's
right,
pretty committed to F1 unless something's just not in his favor or he's not liking how things are going. I could see him moving then, but F1's the highest out there, right? I mean, you can't go above F1 in my mind, and I think he knows that. So I hope he doesn't leave. I think he's the best we're gonna see for a while.
right.
So
I second that.
um,
First test is Bahrain,
ah,
uh, February 11th through the 13th.
okay. So
So you're absolutely right about launches. Uh, obviously, Red Bull had theirs on the 15th. Haas is revealing tomorrow or Monday the 19th. Audi is January the 20th. Honda power unit launch is January the 20th as well.
which is a weird one, by the way. I've never seen a power unit launch, but
Agree, but they are partnering exclusively with Aston Martin in 2026.
oh yeah, Aston Martin, right? Yeah, yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
January 22nd, Mercedes unveil renders of the W17, so they're 2026 cars, so that'll be interesting. And
Have
then
you
Alpine launches January 23rd.
have
Oh,
you
so does Ferrari.
seen?
Sorry.
No, no, no. It's condensed, and I know they're all going to be coming out. I mean, I can't wait to see the HP logo get bigger on that Ferrari. It seems like that's where we're going. But no, you guys seen some of the trash talking between Ford and GM um, recently going on? Have you guys
I
heard
have
of this?
not.
No, I
Okay.
have not
No.
either.
All
I'm
right.
definitely curious about this.
Yeah, it's awesome. So, of course, Cadillac's coming, and that's GM,
Yeah,
and Ford is making the power unit for Red Bull, new
yeah.
new sponsor there, new partnership. So, GM basically just came out and took a shot and said, essentially it's just like a marketing grab on Ford's part, and they're not really doing a thing, for that car. And Ford, that must have just pissed them off because they were coming back and they were like, "Oh, you're using a power unit from like I forget what is Cadillac using? Shoot, is it Ferrari? Man, I'm forgetting now. Keep me honest, Bam. Um, but I just love to see it. I want to see the trash talking continue. I think that makes all these brands better. But I just love it when you see them get real bothered by that kind of stuff. So yeah, good old American rivalries there.
Hmm. Well, I don't know if you've all heard about the whole new update for NASCAR and what's going on with their point system,
I have not.
but they have eliminated the win and you're in. They went back to the old fashioned chase. The only difference is that there will be, for first place, for a win, you'll get 55 points instead of 45. 26 races, 16 drivers. Final 16 will determine the winner. Um, I can't remember how many actual last amount of races there are for the actual chase, though. So that's big news coming out of NASCAR. A lot of people have been asking for that.
What does the chase mean?
It's just basically chase for the cup. It's, those 16 drivers are trying to
Top
do as,
16 drivers?
yep, they're just
No,
pushing.
no more of that when you're in?
Correct.
Yeah, you actually can fight for points throughout the season to be able to make the
Yeah,
last, what, 10
you
races?
yeah, you can't basically they wanted to get away from the sandbagging. You would, a driver would win and then they didn't have to really do much for the rest of the season.
Sandbag out for the next 26 races.
Yeah. So they want it to be competition after competition after competition.
That's the only way
Yeah,
to do
that's
it.
going to
Yeah.
bring people to want to watch when that races actually
Oh
mean
yeah.
something.
They're
More
It's like,
full throttle.
Yep, they're
right.
gonna bring back a lot of the older NASCAR fans. I know they lost a lot of the older people that were used to the older point style points races.
You really want to
What?
bring people back to NASCAR, you let them run the cars up to 220 miles an hour again.
Yeah, not so
and
much to
and,
Yeah,
restrict,
and get
cut
rid
some
of
of that restrictor cup,
yeah,
restrictor plate racing down.
and get rid of the stage racing.
Yes, the stages is what drove me away.
Yeah,
You're breaking up a one race into 3 races now, and
yeah.
that's silly.
Well, that's like the Coke 600. You have a lot of the guys, a lot of the Cup guys that will go over and do the Indy 400 and then jump on a helicopter and come over to the Coke 600 at
Yep.
Charlotte. Well, okay, so it's supposed to be 400 laps in one race, 600 laps in another race. Well, you add the stages. Now you're doing 4 stages
Yeah.
because that race is so long. That's not the way it used to be. And hopefully they're moving in the right direction by bringing back this point system. But time will tell. Now, if they could
I
just
don't know, man.
get rid of the forward-facing numbers, that is my other biggest pet peeve. That to
I
me
think
looks
NASCAR could have.
it looks stupid.
Go
In
ahead,
my
sorry.
opinion, it looks dumb.
Forward-facing numbers. What do you
Yeah,
mean?
they slid the numbers instead of the number being in the center of the door the whole way up to the front of the back to the back of the front tires.
Oh,
Yeah, they did that.
any
They did that
reason?
when they first brought out the car. It was just a
Oh.
style, but it's looks so dumb.
Hey, you gotta take risks out there, Buford.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another big thing is that they, I believe it was. I honestly can't remember. If I'm wrong, I apologize. But I believe the final race to figure out who the champion was always at Iowa. Now it is back at, I
Homestead.
believe, Homestead. Yes, there it is.
Good.
And the All-Star race is back at Dover. Thank you. That was another big thing that everybody's been wanting. They can bring out their, signature liveries and stuff like that. It won't be at, some Coliseum race or Bowman Gray.
So
Short,
Buford, I got a question on
uh,
NASCAR.
possibly might have an answer.
I'm an F1 guy, and like they're doing
Yes.
obviously Drive to Survive and a bunch of other reasons. Americans are more, getting more into F1.
Hmm.
What could NASCAR learn that from F1, or what are they doing that maybe NASCAR's not doing?
To me, my personal opinion, and that's all I can relatively give, is that they are trying to turn a completely separate sport and a completely separate genre of racing into something that's bigger than them. When they went from the cup cars to this next gen car, it went from, the 5 lug nuts to the center wheel lug nut, just like the F1 cars, the Indy cars, stuff like that. They lost a lot of people because of the stage racing, all that stuff. Like, they've done a lot of things to push it towards something that nobody's used to, and it makes absolutely no sense.
They've done it too quickly. They've made changes too
Yes,
quickly. If you
yes,
if you look at any modern sport over the years, like football, if they would have made the adjustments to football like they've done to NASCAR, you'd have less people watching football. You know what I mean?
yes.
Like they've incrementally done it way too fast, and that's kind of what pushed me away as well.
The I know there's a lot of people, including, people in my family. My father, he absolutely hates the new gen car. It does not resemble NASCAR. It resembles GT racing. I mean, you literally saw they took a NASCAR and they put it into the 24-hour Le Mans. And I mean, it did well. It did great.
That thing was sweet.
But
That was
that's,
the Mustang, right?
yeah,
That was a Camaro. That thing was
Camaro.
so
That was
awesome.
a Camaro. Oh, that thing
Yeah,
performed, bro. That thing
it
was
did
awesome on
until
track. Holy cow.
the gearbox
Till-
went.
Yeah, till the trans exploded.
Yeah, but I mean,
America.
Well, we were
that
dominated if that didn't happen.
stuff like that, that's not a problem to try and, to innovate the sport, but stop trying to copy other sports. That's the big thing. They went from 36 races of all oval tracks. Everybody makes fun of NASCAR because it's always left-hand turns, blah, blah, blah. But they went to 12 road courses. Well,
Wow.
there's a select few of road course drivers. And then you got other teams that are flying in GT road course drivers to race their NASCAR because now they have a better chance. Well, now you have randoms that nobody knows who they are. Diehard NASCAR fans have no idea who these people are because they're not in the car that they're supposed to be in. You're a fan of a certain number. All of a sudden, your driver that's in that number is not in that car anymore for this race.
Oh, that's weird.
And now I don't want to watch the race. I want to watch to see where my driver, in a sense, is going to finish. I don't want to see somebody else in my driver's car. That'd be like, Verstappen. He's not in his car. They put somebody else in his car. For 12 races though, you're not going to tell me that you're not going to lose fans of F1. The ratings aren't going to go down.
I'm good as long as it's Franz Herman.
Well,
they put in the car.
Now, like
that is his alias. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's a
yeah.
Is it?
His most German name that you
that's
could
his
think of.
alias going into the Nürburgring. Yeah, Franz Herman.
I don't know if you guys know this too. Verstappen's like the best e-sport driver in the world right now too on like iRacing and all that. Like he's
Yes.
like the number one guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he hasn't like come over to race us yet, so we'll see
yeah,
if
he
he's
hasn't come over to the
best.
real big boys on Gran Turismo.
Right. We'll see.
But no, to really answer your question, I don't have a specific thing. Again, just stop trying to copy other genres of racing. Just stop. There's no reason. You had a giant fan base that was loyal. You started changing stuff up. Now you lost them.
So you don't even get the new fans, maybe.
Correct.
You're losing the old fans.
Like
you might get some. You might get some of the young generation, but it seems like a lot of the youngs are more into like not racing.
Well, I mean, and it's not even that they're not into racing. They're going towards more, GT. They're going towards more F1.
Yeah.
Stuff. Yeah, stuff like that because it's still exciting. It's still a show. It's still pure. NASCAR is no longer pure.
That's compelling. Yeah, I would like to watch what you're talking about. And
no, there's some truth to that though.
Yeah,
there really is. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let them go 250 too. I want to see that.
Right.
Well, the fastest that a NASCAR has ever went was back in I think the 80s, and it was Bill Elliott at Daytona went 240.
Yeah, it's 240.
And NASCAR was like, this is not going to happen ever again.
Yeah, but look how the suspensions were built on those things too, man. Those things were sailboats. Like
they
had the power, but they were like luxury Cadillacs with no stiffness.
Yes.
Just air ride.
But they did up the short track packages. That's the other thing. Why do we have so many different packages for different tracks? Like set one package, this is what you run the whole year. They did up the short track package. Now it's 650 horsepower for a short track that you're never going to use. You're on the throttle maybe 6.5 seconds, maybe 9 seconds tops down a straightaway at a short track. Then you're heavy on the brake.
I didn't realize that NASCAR had added 12 road courses. I remember back in the day it used to be like 2 or 3 tracks.
Yeah.
and that was it.
So I don't know.
That's a great answer. No, I mean that's the best answer I've ever heard.
But it,
um, yeah.
me and a lot of diehard NASCAR fans, we conversate about, kind of like the same things that we all conversate in GT7. What would make it better? What are they doing that's making it, kind of crappy?
So I
So
got a question for you, Buford. Since you are a NASCAR fan, you've been to some events, correct?
I've been to six in the
Six.
last 6 years.
Do you go out of your way to yell every lap they pass by? Do they?
No,
Do you give it the? Do you give it the?
no,
Woo! Like the
no,
stereotypical holding the beer and the hot dog in the other hand. Woo!
no. Unfortunately, I've only been to Bristol in Tennessee,
Oh, I'd love to go to Bristol.
which
That'd
is
be
a
great.
giant bull ring, high banked, fast speeds, very small track. You don't have time in my brain. I can't scream and watch at the same time because I just can't do two things at once, apparently. So I'm more focused on, okay, there's probably 6 inches between that car and that car. Who's going to wreck? That's what I'm looking at, because one wrecks, it is a pile up.
And then you scream.
And then I scream.
Okay.
Yes. And then, I go with our esteemed colleague, Cole Trickle, for the last 6 years, and I'm usually yelling at him because his guy usually causes the wreck, which takes my guy out. So, but no, I mean, NASCAR events are fun. They really are, and they're very interesting. You see a lot of characters.
I wish NASCAR could make the move to the e-sport, iSport, whatever you want to call it, for console. I wish it was more. I wish it was more involved, like Gran Turismo.
Yes, yes,
I think what they need to do is they really need to do something. NASCAR needs to, the way Madden, like the NFL does with Madden, right? The NFL does a great job being partnered with Madden. Not to say the game is great, but they do a great job in promoting their product. And I think if NASCAR kind of did that with as many kids and young adults, and hell, even us old guys who still play on console, if they found a way to like market NASCAR in a way that could bring in, a new audience. I wish they would do that. I
I
would probably be more involved as an e driver myself. Like,
yeah. I, as a diehard NASCAR fan, I absolutely hate the new NASCAR game. If that upsets people, I apologize. Again, my opinion.
Don't be sorry for that. It's just an
Um,
opinion.
but it turned into what the end of NASCAR Heat Five's life was, where
just
you got dive bomb after dive bomb after dive bomb, and everybody just pushes you into the wall, and it's just a
no real
giant wreck
racing
fest.
etiquette. Yeah,
Correct.
there's no racing etiquette. Yeah.
Since iRacing was attaching their name to NASCAR 25, I was praying that they were going to have some type of penalty system like they do on actual iRacing, and they didn't.
Yeah.
That was a
Yeah, it's just a
big
free for all. Yeah.
that was a ball drop moment right there.
So that's what
Like,
I'm saying though. Like, if NASCAR really did go out of their way to partner up and maybe also put a better product out for even the iSport guys.
yeah,
Um, you know what I mean? Like, I think it would be better just for the brand kind of thing, and for us gamers too, for us guys that like to imagine that we're pro race car drivers.
yes. Well, some of us are race car drivers.
Some
Bam,
of us have an NHRA license,
bam.
Yeah.
or one of us does.
Yeah,
But you
he's
know what I mean? Like most of us have a race. Most of us have like a driving or racing background, right?
yes,
I
So,
drive to work. Yeah.
yep,
right. But you know what I mean? Like it just I don't know. It I wish they just had more realism in the NASCAR world because I've always enjoyed NASCAR itself as a sport, just from a driving perspective. Because when you do actually do 200 laps at Daytona, I come to realize that every little movement is can actually just cost you the race. It's not just about going in a circle. You actually have to maintain that line, and to be able to do that for that long, that's pretty tough.
yeah. And I mean, to be 3-4 wide, and first place to 43rd place is under a second. You can
Right.
cover the entire field under a blanket doing 210 mile an hour, 205 mile an
Yeah.
hour for, like you said, 200 laps. Yeah, that is impressive. It very much is. But it's the same thing
You
over
know,
and over and over again.
last thing I'll talk about with the NASCAR thing is I think as a team too, but maybe we should do like have ourselves in the future, have ourselves a fun little NASCAR event. You know, do like a just oval racing, stock car.
We did something similar,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Recently.
with the Group 3 road cars,
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
Mustang, Corvette.
Uh, I'd be I'd be in for the Superbird. Everyone getting in that
Ooh.
Superbird.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. That'd be awesome.
Bone stock.
Well,
Yes.
on what?
Com-
Yep.
On
With tires.
yep. Comfort softs.
no, no, no. Sport softs at least.
Sport mediums at least.
But no, I would be okay with doing something like that. I think that would be awesome.
All right. Yeah, that sounds like it'd be fun. I think it'd be fun for all the guys.
So a lot of feelings might get
Maybe we
hurt.
could do a live podcast and just do our podcast while we drive.
Uh,
Have some fun.
we would have to do a separate party though, because we have certain people that don't like race chatter, or
Oh
only
well,
want race chatter. I'm sorry, only want race chatter.
They're not invited.
Oh, well.
yeah. We'll have two separate parties
They'll
going.
be
How
the
about
vegan of the party.
that? That's a good one,
Meaning,
dude.
we're sorry, Bumyo.
Yeah, and
It's,
it's
you
Savage.
didn't make it.
It's
Yeah.
Savage. Shout out to
Disclaimer:
Savage and
we love
Wumjo.
vegans too. We just it was just an example for those of you watching on YouTube who might not trying to hurt any feelings.
So, by the way, not change subject, not change the whole topic of the podcast, but congrats to Hazy on his Denver Broncos winning, moving on to the
Yes,
AFC
sir.
Championship.
Holy cow, was that a crazy game, dude?
I live in Colorado and I'm not even a Denver Donkey fan.
I do too.
Oh, dude, Bam, if you would have watched the game yesterday, buddy, dude, it felt like Elway and Tebow nerves combined where you're trying to win in the fourth quarter. Like we played really well and then we just kind of like died off and then Nix was like 0 for 6 or 7 passing for a streak and it was just bad and like we kept turning it over and then they kept turning it over and then just it was just a crazy back and forth game. Unfortunately we lost Nix for the season, but
Yep.
from what I understand, Stidham, Sean
Yes.
Payton actually drafted him too. He drafted him. I want to say in 2023 he picked him up.
Yeah,
Um,
sounds close. Yeah. Yeah.
so I mean, he knows the system, and from what I've seen in his preseason highlights, he could throw a good ball, but it's going to be up to Peyton, I think, how he calls the how much of the car he gets to drive, kind of
The
thing.
game plan.
Yep.
Yeah,
Being a rookie starting that AFC Championship, though.
yeah, that's one hell of a way to come into the season for the first time. Is hey, you're gonna do the AFC Championships, and if we don't make it to the Super Bowl, you're gonna be the scapegoat.
Yep.
Yeah. So and then there was a good football yesterday, man. Seattle too. Seattle really gave it to the 49ers.
Yes.
41-9. I didn't think it was going to be that big of a blowout, but I've been saying, man, people have been sleeping on Sam Darnold since last year, and he's a really solid quarterback, and he's just been kind of succeeding quietly, and that's usually the best way. And he's out there just absolutely running the show.
So just to give a little bit of an update, right now Patriots 21, Texans 13, 9:45 left in the third quarter.
Oh, that's still a game. That's still a game.
And I apologize, Hazy, but I have the Bears to win it all.
The Bears? Is that because you're a Bears fan?
No, I'm Pittsburgh diehard, but I want the Bears to
Oh,
win
that's okay.
because they are
The
severely
Bears.
underdog.
See, I got Seattle winning now. Now that Bo Nix is out, I think Seattle's probably going to be the winner for that. But we'll see.
Yeah.
Where is the Super Bowl this year, anyways?
San Francisco.
Yes, it is.
Yep. It's in San Fran.
Super Bowl 60. And Cadillac will be debuting their livery in halftime. So Look out for
Halftime.
that.
Yep.
Will
Halftime
they?
at Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Oh,
That'd
and
be
then they're
cool.
gonna have the bad bunny. I think
The
he's gonna
Bad Bunny.
perform too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't listen to him. I don't know. I probably just ruined that. I probably just, if there's kids listening right now, they're probably like, oh my god, this guy's a nerd. You know,
Yeah.
it's always cringing and then using whatever cool slang they use. But I know he's supposed to. He's supposed to perform too. So
Yep. I'm gonna put him up there with when Shakira did the halftime show.
The hips? Is it
Yes. No,
or just
it
the
was just the no
uh,
song in English in a sense.
what was the best halftime show of it for those of you who actually watched the Super Bowl? Like,
oh
what was your favorite
jeez.
halftime show?
Bruce
Creed?
Uh,
Springsteen.
Dre, a couple years, Dre and
Ray was dope.
Snoop and
Creed.
Eminem a couple years ago.
Bruce
Yeah.
Springsteen.
No,
No, get
no,
out of here with
no,
that.
no,
That guy.
no.
I
Didn't
don't know, man. I'm
didn't
kind of
Prince
an
do a
old school
halftime
dude.
show?
Prince, I believe he did do a halftime show.
Yep. Michael
Um,
Jackson.
Michael Jackson's was pretty good, dude.
Yeah.
Like, not a huge Michael Jackson fan, but his was pretty fire back in the day. I think that
Was
was
it
at the Rose Bowl.
the shocking exposure of Janet Jackson and Justin
Oh
Timberlake?
yeah, yeah, I do remember that. That's actually when I
Yes.
first moved here. I
Yeah.
remember that watching that and
Yep.
seeing things pop out. That was
Yeah.
pretty wild. Yeah, that's right. JT and
Janet.
Janet Jackson.
Prince did Super Bowl 41.
Oh, okay. So that would have
Yeah,
been 19
20
years
years.
ago.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
2007.
wild. Yeah, wow. Man, time's flying, dude.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, dude, I'm excited for this year's Super Bowl. We just gotta watch the scoreboard today. So there's 3 games. No, it's just 2 games today, right? That's it. Just
Just two.
Rams at Bears. Ooh, you
Yes.
guys should win today. You guys should win today. I'm
I'm
not saying you
hoping.
will, because you never know, man. Stafford could throw
Rams
it,
are a
dude.
good team.
Yeah, but Caleb seems to come alive in the fourth quarter for some reason.
Yeah, no, he's pretty clutch. He likes to perform, dude. The young guys usually do. I know too. I heard that it's supposed to be like super cold there. I heard
Oh yeah.
that
Yeah.
could
Yeah.
possibly be the coldest game in NFL history.
Yep.
That's what I'm hearing. So if there's snow on the ground, I don't know, dude. Stafford has played well in the winter, even though in Detroit he played indoors. Like he plays well in the cold. So we'll see. That'll be good.
Well, anything else going on before we call this an end?
We
Um,
got practice this week for round 3 of Manufacturers Cup, and then Manufacturers Cup is on Wednesday.
Where at?
Deep Forest.
Deep
Oh.
Forest Raceway, 20 laps. Your tire wear is at 4. Your fuel is at 2. So I doubt you'll need fuel in that 20 laps.
You do have to pit.
Yep,
Yes.
there's one required pit stop. It is a dry race, so it'll just be a medium.
Yep. Yep. And then after that's Nürburgring, I think, as you guys were talking about. So. Yep.
Oh boy.
And then Spa.
Yep.
Can't wait. Yeah.
Spa. Yeah. No, I think everything's real good. It's interesting. We're talking about essentially kind of fairness, and I think one of the things we've kind of danced around the whole topic. I see all the time, and we don't necessarily need to go into it in depth, but definitely maybe in the future. Um, just so many people online, Reddit, wherever I go, it's like I've had it, with Gran Turismo. I've had it with sport mode. Like I'm getting hit all the time, right?
I've been seeing that a lot too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and we've all dealt with it. I still deal with it. We all still deal with it, right? If you're
Yeah.
racing in sport mode, it's a reality. I can say I think it's much better in A plus, but it still happens. So yeah, I think maybe we dive into that a bit because what is it? How do you move forward? How do you still get better in the midst of getting dive bombed and everything? So I think when you're talking about the NASCAR game, it kind of came to my mind that it is kind of a big issue right now in these racing games.
Mhm.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
I don't see Polyphony wanting to really make a fix on it. I think they're also balancing driving simulation versus how many people can we get in the door,
yeah,
kind of thing.
that's a good
You
point.
know, and I know that, and this is not to knock any of the world's best GT drivers. Like, no doubt they're fast, they're great, But I honestly believe there's a lot of talent that can't make it through the ranks just by uh, chance of other drivers not getting like knocked off the track. Because there's a lot of talented guys that don't make it to the top, like really
Yeah.
talented guys that should be getting there, but because of the rule system or they get these weird penalties that people complain about, or you know what I mean, like just stuff, little things like that. I don't think I think they need to find a way to let the good drivers flow a little more.
Well,
And
yeah, I think part of that is, you know, if you don't want to be in the pack, take pole position.
right,
Yeah, but a
Be
lot of
yeah,
fast.
people
no,
that
Be
I've
fast
yeah,
seen,
enough to have pole.
I see a lot of people, they take the pole position and they still get ran over in turn one.
yeah.
Yeah.
First corner that actually happened to me. Actually didn't start pole. I started fourth, but my first two races of last Wednesday's race, my first two races, I got taken out in the very first corner at Atlanta. And I even gave room and everything. And it's like, and I was fast, and I ended up pulling on the pack when I was able to get it back on the track. I was actually pulling time on everybody. So it's like little things like that. They need to find a way to maybe police it better.
Yeah, I
Agree.
think similar to this feels very similar to another hobby I have with golf, right? In Buford, I know you share
Mm-hmm.
this, that the whole slow play thing. It feels like they're very similar, like dirty drivers
Yes.
and slow play. Everyone knows it's a problem. It's not getting better. Um, I think Tidgney had the best kind of approach to making it better, which he said basically was, make the sportsmanship rating a lot harder to achieve S. Make that kind of a bigger issue. Maybe that would help. I don't think you're going to get rid of it, but uh,
You're not.
it's perseverance. I mean, and maybe that is the way it should be, but it is one of the hardest things I've done, even next to golf, because you do lose a lot, right? You're not winning all the time,
Mm-hmm.
and getting used to that's tough. Um, so, yeah, I mean, we could definitely do a deep dive if that's what people want to hear. Maybe what do you even do to, give yourself better chances? But yeah, there's always going to be that part, and also not letting yourself get all, sucked into that. I know I do, and you'll see my YouTube videos where I've definitely gotten baited into it.
Well, when you care about
I
something,
saw it.
man, when you care
Yeah,
about something,
and
you put a lot of time and effort into it. You're gonna have emotions behind it.
yeah, but, the thing though too is if you keep doing that, you're gonna have to keep a list of people you're gonna have to watch out for out there, and it's one of those things that maybe you want to make more allies out there than
Uh,
enemies, or at
agreed.
least neutral.
Agreed. And
Um,
I think that's actually something I want to hit on. Just you just kind of reminded me is that a lot of these guys they don't understand the concept that their reputation is not worth one spot for one race, right?
yeah,
And sometimes like say like in dailies, you're trying to even get your grade up. A lot of guys are driving like every corner is a championship, and maybe that's the fantasy part that clashes with the actual sport part.
yeah, I
You know what I mean?
I agree. I think Bam could say a lot to this too. That I mean, you become a very, very good driver when you notice that. Hey, if we work together, and there's some situations, we can catch those leaders up there, and that's
Right.
going to give us both better chances than us fighting each other, and then people behind are of course
Yep.
catching up. So you got to play the cards. Like, of course you want to win, but I think that's what you start learning as a driver too. When you're going to go for it, when it's not worth it, it's not the right time. Um, yeah, those are the
Perseverance,
important
though, I would
issues.
agree with you on that 1 billion%. You should always have that in your mindset, you know. But
It's tough. I get it. I've
how
wanted
do you
to.
separate the casual gamers from the actual hardcore gamers? Because I don't think doing a grade is a very good thing. I don't think that's the best way to actually do that. I don't have. I'm not saying I have the solution. It's just how do you separate that? Because you got the casual guys who are like, just relax, dude. Who cares if I punted you? It's just a game. And then you got guys who are trying to better themselves every day because to them it's a craft. Because a
Yeah,
lot of this stuff you can actually translate this to the road. I'm not saying you actually go out and do it, take it to the track, right? But you know what I mean? Like this stuff actually, when you're on a wheel setup, it does translate to the road. Like it's a
yeah.
real tool, it's a real craft, and I think there's a disconnect. It's like when salt water meets fresh water.
How do
How
you
do you
mix the two?
how do you make it mesh? Right.
Yeah, I think they do a pretty good job. I know people are gonna put them down, and I mean they do a lot of different things, right? The driving simulator.
No,
I
they've
think,
done a great job
yeah,
with the game overall. It's an awesome
yeah.
awesome experience.
But I'll say in the Power Pack, if anyone's purchased that, Sophie will definitely train you pretty well how to deal with dive bombers. I've never
Mm-hmm.
been hit more times than those freaking Power Packs.
Yeah, I've
Um,
noticed that.
oh my gosh, yeah. But yeah, maybe that's the future, right? It's just what we live in. But no, I mean it's a real thing, and I get frustrated by it. But I've also learned that it's not worth it. Just move forward and just keep working on your craft, and eventually you will be in front of those folks. They never come out ahead. If that's how they're doing it, um, they're just never going to come out ahead. Now, understand there's also mistakes. I see a lot of mistakes made out there. They're perceived as that guy hates me. That guy
Right.
wants me dead.
Yeah, bad
And it was
track
just a
placement. Right.
mistake. So let it go, let it go. But yeah, I get it. I mean, we all want to win. We're
Of
all
course.
going to get real sweaty out there and trying to win.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I want to take out Bam so many times, and yeah, cooler heads have prevailed.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Well, then that will be our next topic for our next episode.
What's keeping Peck from taking out Bam?
Yes, yes.
Not
Deep dive.
much.
So
Yeah.
I do want to say something real quick, though. I was on YouTube Studio checking the analytics of the podcast. We do have 73% viewing off
Woo.
of TV, stuff like that, that are subscribed.
That's pretty sweet.
Nice.
We do have 43% that have viewed that are unsubscribed. We would greatly appreciate it if
Smash that
you
subscribe.
people would
Yeah,
definitely,
like and subscribe, please.
for
We
sure,
appreciate you.
comment,
Like and
everything.
subscribe.
Yeah,
So
leave some comments below. Let us know what other
yes,
topics you'd like us to hit on, or just if you just want to hop in and
Yep.
drop your 2 cents down below, and yeah, we'd really appreciate it.
It's
yep,
Gran Turismo and all things racing.
greatly
100%.
appreciate all the viewing, guys. Greatly appreciate you, Bam, Hazy, Panda.
Of course.
You too,
Awesome
buddy.
episode. Um,
We appreciate you, Buford.
well, I'm a
Some of
very
us do.
appreciating guy,
And
but
especially you guys, the audience. We really appreciate
yep.
you guys too for popping
Yes.
in, taking the time out of
Always.
your day. Really do appreciate it. So,
All right, boys. Have a good
all
one.
right, guys.
See you again next time.
All
Peace.
right, bye.